Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing another terminal-based application. I'm going to be reviewing a terminal-based IRC client named Irssi, or IRSSI. Irssi is available in pretty much every Linux distribution's repos. To install it in Debian or Ubuntu, you just simply need to sudo apt install Irssi. Irssi is available in the Arch repos. I checked, and it's also available in both the Fedora and the SUSE repos. So pretty much everybody has got Irssi in their repos. To launch Irssi, you just need to open a terminal. So let me open a fresh terminal. And then in the terminal, IRSSI. Hit enter. And the first time you launch Irssi, you will see this screen here. You have this little status bar at the bottom with a prompt. At the top you have IRSSI, the title of the program, the version number, and a link to their website. And that is it. To get started using Irssi the very first time, you need to actually connect to some sort of IRC network. The largest IRC network, and the one that you will probably spend the most time on as a Linux user to chat about Linux, to get support on Linux, is the Freenode network. To connect to the Freenode network, you type /connect, and you would type this to connect to any network, and then the name of the network. For Freenode, I'm going to type chat.freenode.net, and I'm going to hit enter. And you see I get a little information here, looking up host name, checking my identity. It has found my host name, and after a couple seconds it comes up, and I am connected as user DistroTube. That's the username I had already chosen. Now, to set your username, you can set a default nickname that it will try to use for you every time by typing the /set command. So /set space nick space, and then the name of the user you want to use. There is another way to set a username. You can actually, in Irssi's config file, set your username. I'll show you how to do that right now. So to find the config files for Irssi, you need to go to a hidden folder in your home folder. That hidden folder is .irssi, and you will see you have a config file in there. It's a plain text document. I've already got my config open. And at the top of that config, you'll have basically these default networks that it will try to connect to. One of them will probably be the Freenode network in the default config. Again, Freenode is the largest IRC network. And you have auto connect here. Now, by default, it is turned to off. It is set to no. It does not try to auto connect. I can actually set this to yes, and then I can type a username and a password here. So if I want to connect as DistroTube every time I log into Freenode, DistroTube, and then I need to set my password here. I'm going to do this off camera, and I've got that set up. Now when I launch Irssi, you notice it immediately auto connects to freenode.net. Also, you will notice that it has already set my username to DistroTube. Now it says my username is not a registered nickname. I have not registered the DistroTube username with the Freenode network. I need to actually go to Freenode's website, freenode.net, and register this username if I want to use that username permanently. You know, you have to register with them. Also, when you register a username with Freenode, you have to understand that if you go a long time, say several months without logging in, they will go ahead and drop that username, and it will become publicly available to anyone again. So if you don't do IRC regular, you will lose your username after a while. Okay, so we are on the Freenode network. Now, how do we connect to a specific chat channel? Well, I'm going to demonstrate that now. We need /join, and then the name of the channel. They usually begin with a pound symbol, and I know for a fact this channel exists, Ubuntu. This is one of the Ubuntu support channels, and it has a ton of users in it. If I hit the page up key on my keyboard, you can see, look at all these users in this room here. So that is the Ubuntu support channel. Say I wanted to join a second channel. Say /join, and then this time pound Gentoo. So we're going to join one of the Gentoo channels. Also, quite a bit of people hang out in the Gentoo channels. The Ubuntu channels and the Gentoo channels, I visit them pretty regular, and I know a lot of people hang out in these channels. That's why I chose them for this example. You see at the bottom, this green line here, it's green on my system because I've chosen these colors. You can change the colors of the config. And you see my username, DistroTube. You also have this 3 here. This is letting me know that basically it's almost like it's a tabbed window here. Gentoo here is on 3. If I hit Alt and 3, it will always bring me to this window. That Ubuntu channel had a 2 on it. If I hit Alt 2, I switch back to the Ubuntu channel that I joined. If I hit Alt 1, it brings me back to the very first screen where we first logged into Freenode. So this is 1, this is 2, this is the Ubuntu chat channel, this is 3, and I could keep going. I could join other channels. I could even join other networks other than the Freenode network. Alright, now that you're in a chat channel, how do you use Irssi? Well, just like any other chat room, you simply type a question, hit enter, and it's going to appear in the public chat. Everyone in the room is going to see it. I'm not going to actually post anything here. I'm still in the Gentoo channel here because this is really a support channel. I don't have a legit support question I could ask. I mean, I could make something up and ask a question, but I'd be taking advantage of this support channel doing that. I don't want to do that. I'd be taking time away from them answering legit support questions. Another command you may use, other than just the general chat function here, sometimes you will need to private message people, and you would do that with /msg, and then the user, and then the message. There's a few other commands that are not something you're going to use very often. If you're an administrator, you have commands that you can use, such as /kick user to kick somebody from the channel, /ban to ban somebody from the channel. But for the most part, once you join and once you set up your config to auto connect to whatever network you chat in mainly, such as Freenode, it's going to auto connect to Freenode. You simply join whatever Freenode channel you wish to join, or several of them if you wish to join several of them, and then you chat. So pretty straightforward program. I mentioned that you can play with these colors in the terminal. By default, it uses your X resources, the X colors, for those that don't know, in your home folder. In pretty much every Linux distribution, you're going to find a hidden file called X resources. This file here basically sets colors for your terminal. These 16 colors here, are these colors in your terminal. You can play around with them a bit in Irssi. My X resources color scheme actually had the status bar that has a green background as a really light blue originally, and it made the text here, which is white, impossible to read. So I actually had to adjust the colors a little bit. How you do that, you go back to your hidden folder, the .irssi folder in your home directory where the config file was. You also have default.theme. And default.theme basically has the theme for Irssi, has all the color definitions, and that is basically Irssi in a nutshell. Obviously there's a few more commands that we could have discussed. You can review everything in Irssi's man page, but it's pretty straightforward, terminal based application, not scary to use at all. You can find all the information on how to use Irssi at irssi.org. Also, you can go to freenode.net to find out how to set your username for Freenode, and have a little bit of a understanding of how IRC works. IRC stands for Internet Relay Chat. It is one of the oldest chat protocols still around, still in common use today, although its popularity has dwindled with the rise of social media platforms like Facebook. Not as many people use IRC as they did in the late 90s. Was really IRC's heyday, but still hundreds of thousands of people still use IRC. Most of them, again, are on the Freenode network, which hosts a lot of channels related to free and open source software. So check out Irssi, guys. Peace.